I've been trying to turn scrap into a classic car, not by buying one, but by fixing, trading, and learning. And this is everything I've built so far. It started with parts like this, things most people would throw away. The idea was simple, turn them into something worth more. With the ashtray, it was quite straightforward.
Can I buy? Okay, but I want to take some pictures.
But with the other two pieces, things were about to get complicated.
After the cleaning, oh look, I can almost read a serial number on here.
The ultrasonic cleaner unfortunately couldn't do any magic, so we're gonna have to rebuild everything inside.
That makes desolate.
We couldn't really measure anything, so there was only one thing left to do.
So this is SRBP,
Which means synthetic resin bonded paper with good electrical and thermal isolation properties. Looking online, I was shocked by the price of these buttons. Because clearly this might take a while, we decided to protect it to prevent corrosion, so we applied a thin coat of polish.
4.5.
not this one, 0.8.
Now we just need to find the right sacrificial bolt. And then we made the other piece.
You gotta make the thread. Now we need to make it square. Find the screw. Goes by hand. Look at that. Oh, we just need to make another one. Okay, now we're gonna take out the other bit.
And we're gonna repeat the exact same steps that we've done to make the first terminal.
And so now we need to make two of this.
Or at least 2, 3.
I started by drilling holes just to make handling easier. And then we shaped everything to fit.
Oh, look at that! We have one! And now we just need to make the other ones. To see how fragile this is, we were cutting it just split on this side. It's not cut, it is split. Cracked. First one, I think I'll try it.
While taking a break, I couldn't help myself but to look at some classic cars. I'm still not sure what I want yet, but I know one thing. I want something I can actually use, not another restoration project that takes months, maybe years before I can drive it. But we'll see. After a lot of filing, a lot of fettling, everything slowly started to come together.
And look! We have a button. Here we go. Whee! Right, now what I will use to protect this, I will spray some WD-40 inside, and on the outside I will use this.
Next came the real challenge.
Beep beep.
The badge. And this turned out to be much more complicated than I expected. I only found one online, obviously in a good condition, but this means they're quite rare.
So if I restore this...
Of course, I had no tools and no experience, so I had to start from scratch. At first, I didn't know how thick the enamel should be. I didn't know I had to let it dry before firing it.
Ooh! Too close. Was bubbling, so that's why.
And I definitely didn't know just how difficult the process would be. No matter what I tried, the enamel just wouldn't stay on.
Why does it keep doing that?
It worked on copper, but on brass it was a completely different story. And the badge is made from brass. I tried everything, mixing with distilled water, cleaning with acetone, slow firing, fast firing, counter enameling, even nickel plating.
Oh yeah, I get very excited when I see bubbles. It's green. Positive to nickel.
But nothing really worked, so at that point I had two options: give up or go all in. So, you know what that means. I bought a kiln, and I know I will probably never recover the cost, but at least I'm learning something new. The woman who sold me the kiln told me that she never actually tried enameling on brass because it's just too complicated.
Now we wait.
Looks good because this is copper.
This is the brass.
Apparently, brass has a lower melting point than copper. So guys, I had nightmares because of this badge. Really? So I got at that point where I had to decide if I keep going, spending more time and money probably trying to restore it, or just admit defeat. But I'm not a quitter. Alright guys, so this is it. I will give a go with a badge because otherwise I feel I'm never gonna finish this. I'm never gonna feel like, I'm ready, I know how to do it. We're gonna have smoke, we're gonna have fire. It should be interesting. So I started by cleaning the badge in a traditional way. Alright. So probably I'll need to repeat.
Let's try to do some magic.
As you can see, this doesn't look extremely well now.
Use this fiberglass pen.
I apply the flux dry, sift it onto the surface. The color enamel, I apply it wet. Oh, this is taking too long. But then, disappointment. What? What is happening?
It just didn't melt. What?
Try again.
What?
For the badge, the kiln needed to be much hotter than I used for copper. Start applying again. Basically, I'll do the same what I've done a few minutes ago. Except for, instead of flux here, I will apply this. I applied a total of 3 coats of enamel and this is how it looks.
So I put this in the acid and I will let it there.
We'll try the nickel plating.
So we'll leave it in peace.
Well, will take a while, but
I'll try to use the sandpaper a little bit.
moment of truth. Let's hope we'll be fine. 1 hour and 18 minutes.
This is how it is.
It works! Well, I ran out of time because it's Sunday, so I will just make an announcement that I'm gonna be able to post the video today.
I'll try to polish to see if it looks a little bit better.
Okay, I won't gonna do with that because I'm taking the nickel plating, so I'll try with this. Abort mission. I'm not gonna do it anymore. You know, I think I will leave this the way it is. So, I got this for 40 euros. I think a fair price would be around 100 pounds. I got this for 60 euros, which I saw one, of course, was brand new, 220 euros, but this one has patina, so it's more valuable. The badge, I paid 65.56 euros, and it's only one on internet, 150 euros. I had everything ready. Now I just had to sell it. Problem is, I've never really been a saleswoman. Mr. Chairman, I know you have two beautiful vases. Okay, so this is how the vases look, and they're crystal. And tell me this doesn't go so nice with this one. Of course it's not crystal, but it's a very good condition. And I have this gorgeous button that will fit perfectly on a restoration project called Jessica Rabbit. Only 300 euros. Handshake. Instead of paying, he suggested a trade.
Okay, let's see what he got for us.
The button and the ashtray for a set of rims. Well, sort of.
Well, pal, I just like the space. It's all junk.
Okay. Easy, then.
Beautiful. Well,
But they're not the same. First, I clean the wheels with a pressure washer. Then, I use the grinder to remove all the rust. I remove all the broken spokes. One wheel in particular had quite a few, but the good news is whoever gonna restore this will probably replace all the spokes anyway. After hours of work, they finally started to look better.
3.25 times 16 DIN 8.
I sprayed them with some duck oil to protect them from rust, and then I took photos and measurements. But one of the wheels stood out. Because I think it might actually be from a Bugatti. And if I'm right, this might actually be a step closer to my first classic car.
Oops, I've got to get it square. 32.
Right, so I've just added all the adverts on internet. I put it on eBay, on Marketplace, on yourcar.com. So now we wait.
After some research, it turns out one of the wheels is actually from a Bugatti, which means if I wait for the right buyer, this could bring in some serious value. Altogether, including the badge, I'd say this comes somewhere just over 1,000, around 1,200 pounds. And with this, I believe it's time now to close this chapter, Scrap to Classic Car Challenge. Can you make money from scrap? Absolutely, with the right tools and the right skills, and if you're patient, absolutely you can do it. That's one chapter done, and the next one gets real because in the next video we're buying our first classic car. What will it be? Right now I'm still searching, still trying to figure out what my first classic car should be, but next time that decision gets done. Well, I haven't even started, and I found the next wheel.